So I wanted to do a quick guide on basically how we now do Amazon keyword research. So previously, I think we did a video on this channel years and years ago, but it's changed a lot because it's got a lot simpler and it's got a lot easier. So if we just take any bestseller in a category, we can basically reverse engineer everything just using Cerebro and Helium 10. But how I approach this is a little bit different. So I want to keep this video fairly short, but I want to also show you things that are pretty useful in terms of the marketing side once your product listing is up. So if we go into any category on Amazon, let's just take a couple of products. Actually, this is a bad example. This is fine. So plant lighting, apparently this is a thing. And then all you need to do is take a couple of top ranking competitors for a product that you are also going to sell. Now, if we just take this, you can see that plant lighting, whatever. I'm just trying to do something that I have basically zero knowledge of to show you how quickly you can get secondary keyword ideas. All you got to do is go over to Cerebro in Helium 10. I think they have a free trial. I'll put a link in the description if you want to help us out. But in short, hopefully my laptop doesn't blow up. Sounds a bit funky. In short, once you get to this page, you're going to get a ton of keywords, and most of these you're already going to know. So you can see they rank pretty well for some interesting keywords. But let's say, for example, that we don't want to touch that niche. Instead of just filtering all these manually, we can just take cannabis here. And we'll also include like variations of that and put it in here. So we can exclude anything that's related to cannabis, weed, etc. So then all of these now are going to be basically de-indexed from this list. Let's throw this in as well. De-indexed from this list just because we don't want to touch that niche, right? So you can see down to 3,000. If, for example, I'll put in the misspellings of these as well. If, for example, we want to create a USP for our product, this is basically the whole key to how this entire process works. This is why we do it this way, because it helps us really find what to kind of go off a USP for. So let's say we have a little bit too generic plant, lighting, set that we want to sell on Amazon, but we've got it from Alibaba, it's good. The rates we got were really good. Maybe used a sourcing agent or whatever. But if we just try and target these same keywords, we're going to just get obliterated on Amazon ads. And as everybody knows, I've ranted about that enough. They just don't work anymore versus other marketing techniques. So we can basically run through all of these manually, but that's going to take forever. So what we want to do is have a search volume of between, let's say, 100 and 1,000. So this is monthly search volume. So this means people are searching every day, but a lot of the keywords in here people won't have already seen. And we also want to have this product ranking well, but not top 10 or top 5 in this case for these particular keywords. So then we know that we can compete with people that we didn't do this keyword. We didn't do this, but we can compete against somebody who has 1,300 reviews just because we can outrank them, right? And there's that positioning and psychology element to that. So you can see now we've only got 85 keywords, and even within these are great, right? So specific types of trees. So we can even design our packaging to focus on 1 or 2 types of trees, and then we can sort of branch out into sun lamp or grow lamp or things like that for other products after this. But the key is you want to actually get initial traction. So if you're launching a brand new product on Amazon, just going after like sun lamp or just going after like plant grow lamp is going to be a really bad idea, because your competitors are going to have thousands of reviews. They're probably going to have a better price point and maybe even a better product than you. So you want to basically find all of these long tail keywords and create almost like backdate your brand to create your USP and your positioning, which is a really key point on Amazon nowadays, around these features. This is how we go from like 0 to 10 sales a day in like a month, even with like 7, 13, 20 reviews, because we're basically positioning ourselves as this product or whatever the example might be. So if it's just wattage, that's probably not going to be enough, right? This is a brand name, for example, but if we go through, you can see we have large plant areas, we have indoor, outdoor, we have stands and without stands, we have light stand as a keyword, glow light stand, etc. Sizing, but I prefer this kind of like individual plant type approach. I think this would work really, really well. So we could build a entire brand around this like lemon tree example. So if we put lemon tree in here and we put this up and this down, just so we get a few more examples, you can see that we've got 4 keywords totaling about 1,000-ish, under 1,000, that we could then rank for really, really easily. Because if we take a look at this, so grow light for lemon tree indoor, 150 searches a month, very low. A lot of people will ignore it. But if we position it perfectly, they probably haven't got a lot of people who have specifically designed it with that keyword in mind. So you can see here, obviously the title is the best place to check for this, but we can just search here. And then once this loads, we can copy and paste this and see if they have it anywhere on their listing. And no, search term coming in here. So maybe they've probably mentioned lemon tree in the listing itself. No, they haven't. So if we built a brand new listing and geared our entire business around this to start, I'm not saying this is enough search volume to build a profitable product long term, but you need to pick up individual long tail keywords, especially at the start. This is where most people go wrong. They don't use sort of really niche targeting. But if you're starting a business, and Amazon FBA is a business, you want to have as niche targeting as possible. So if you can get lemon tree, and I'm sure there's tons of other like individual plant examples in there. Let's just have a look. Tree, it doesn't seem like there is many. But if there's different plant types within this list, which there probably is, we can just come back and re-optimize for those in the future. Okay. And obviously when we rank for lemon tree grow light, we're also going to rank for tree grow light and things of this nature. But if you have a look at the search volume, this is actually 4 times higher, and it's a longer tail keyword, which in theory means it's easier to rank. So if somebody without any optimization ranks 20th, and somebody who has a good product but ranks first, and it's not a direct competitor, as in they haven't optimized specifically for this lemon tree example, that's how we can basically come in and rank really, really quickly for anything related to that keyword. So if we have a quick look through some more examples, you can see we have wooden, floor, some high end, so you can always go higher or lower. So you can go volume approach, go cheaper, or you can go high end luxury. Hooded, full spectrum bird. And you would basically just scroll through these and it would give you like millions of ideas very, very quickly, versus if you started from a scratch sort of, okay, I'm going to have this product on Amazon. This is a way better way of reverse engineering what already works and the gaps, because if you just use Magnet or Black Box or whatever tool you use for product research, you might find some like longer tail keywords, but they're not going to be in this really good range, right? So tool, for example, is another good one. Adjustable. So we can integrate adjustable within our lemon tree example. So adjustable, tool, grow, indoor, or if we're going with outdoor, etc., if it has the stand-in. So basically what I'm getting at is you can create like multiple of these niches on top of each other. So if we already know that like lemon tree grow stand example is perfect, grow light example, that's 1,000 searches a month. We can rank first within 15-20 days for that, all of those keywords, right? Once we're ranked, we're generating 3-5 sales a day. We can then invest that profit into ranking for the next segment of niching. So it's almost like niching up in a way, but it's kind of segmented. So for example, let's say our next segment was the adjustable related keywords. So this one is going to be a little bit more competitive just because it's a keyword most people are going to have in their listing, right? And it's only one example. So I probably would leave this one just because it's one keyword. Even if we remove the top end filter, it's still just one keyword, right? So this one is probably not the one we would go for. Instead, we would find the next example that we would want to use. This could be anything. We'll have a quick look through again, but this video is already getting kind of long. So we could go with location for where the lamp goes. We can go with the stand example. We can go with winter. So season is probably a good idea as well. So let's have a look at winter, summer related keywords. So you can see summer, summer, winter, 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 winter. So this could be our next niche, right? So then we target all 4 of these and we can integrate winter related keywords. So now suddenly we haven't targeted a keyword over 500 searches a month, yet we're generating traffic for traffic potential of about 2,000-3,000. just off all these variations. And this is just from one example. If you want to put a next one in, let's take a slightly different sort of approach, although this product does look quite similar. Let's take this guy actually. You would basically just do the same approach. Now, the wider range you have on the first one, the better, in my opinion, just because we want to get as many ideas as we can up front and then niche down later. But if you have these kind of like niche bubbles, this is perfect. This is something that we've built really good brands off, and we haven't competed with the top people in the sort of main niche, the sub niche, just because we're targeting all these longer tail keywords that stack up to be way more traffic potential than anybody thinks about. So you see here we have even more keywords as a starting point. There's tons to go after, so let's have a look. Let's say a little bit lower search volume in this example. Let's say this person ranks between 4 because they rank for tons of stuff first. So we don't want to go too low just because that might remove some examples. Because even our lemon tree example, I think, was this guy. And you can see they rank first, but they haven't even optimized for that keyword. So if you come in, optimize for this keyword or the various ones, that'll be good. Citrus tree, another great example, right? Because obviously lemon tree, orange trees, similar sort of vibe, I would imagine, for growers. But anything related to citrus tree, that's going to work well. Monstera, this is kind of what I was looking for, where we have individual like plant types or tree types that are all going to be related, but they're not just plant X, they are individual keywords. Okay, so yeah, this is basically a great example of what we would want to look for. So you see here, only one example for that, so a bit disappointing. Let's just have a quick final look through before I round up. Cordless, adjectives, wall mounted. So you can see growth light. You can see that, like, even misspellings, that looks like. There's so many different ways, and then we're back to our winter example. Different languages, artificial, again. There's just so many different examples you can use that you won't think of unless you either do this method or you do what's called alphabet soup method, which is a little bit more difficult and it takes a lot more time. So if we just get our Monsettia keyword, I thought this was within here, but maybe not. So if we add in the 50 on the end as well, let's see what we get. Any more interesting examples. Portable is obviously a good one, but you just pull out all of these keywords and then you can go into ChatGPT if you want and help segment and basically create like this topical map approach. Obviously UV you can do as well, wireless, rechargeable. It's just a really easy way to get all of these secondary keywords in one go and then create your list of like 5 and say, okay, if we rank for all these, we'll be generating 5 to 10 sales a day. If we then add these, we'll be generating another 5 to 10. And that's how you get to 50, 70 sales a day, instead of saying, okay, if we rank for this keyword that has 10,000 search volume, we're going to generate 50 sales a day. That's going to be a way more difficult way of doing it than kind of adding up all of your little wins in one place. That's just the way we do it. We've had success with it. I thought I'd explain it. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. 14 minutes, a little bit longer than expected. But let me know how you find this method, and cheers.